We're supposedly live, but it does not show me. Oh, there it is. It shows. Good. We're live. Nice. Okay. Let's start. I'm sure. Okie dokie, Kraken. Okie dokie.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your maker, and I am called Elohim. Seek me in my temple, if you are worthy.
Minty fresh. I don't know where I am, but there's something beautiful about this place. I will explore and see what I can discover.
All across this land, I have created trials for you to overcome. And within each, I have hidden a sigil. It is your purpose to seek these sigils, for thus you will serve the generations to come and attain eternal life.
I find myself in a world of impossible architecture and inexplicable machines. I cannot fathom how it works, and I'm terrified to put one foot in front of the other, lest I fall through the floor. Well, doesn't this place look familiar? In the end, we never saw Roman ruins in the Talos Principle too.
The shapes you are collecting are not mere toys. They are the sigils of our name. Each brings you closer to eternity.
It's been a while since I played this game. You could say it's been a hot minute. It's been more than just a single hot minute, of course.
Well done, child. Only one more sigil is needed. My temple awaits you, child. Go forth.
There's more to this place, of course.
My child, you do not need to collect all sigils at once. You are free to return to this place whenever you choose.
time I'm streaming a little earlier than last time. Pretty sure there should be a secret over here in this region already, but I might be wrong. I might be misremembering. Only the two of us. Well. Well, would you look at that? There is a secret, since there's a gate that moves. It's right here. And that's all I need for 2 thingies for. Or, well, at least one. One of the jammers. Let's grab it. Grab a star. Be happy. This game is a masterpiece of a puzzle game.
You are most diligent. Perhaps this trait will serve you well in times to come.
Getting praised by Elo makes me happy. Everyone like Elo. My eyes have been opened. This world is not without order. It is shaped by a great designer, with signs and portents to guide my steps. I am one of his children, and challenges are set before me to test my faith. Whatever the end goal of this grand challenge is, it's far out of reach. Knowing that, how are we supposed to resist distraction? We can't just ignore him. Let's ignore Milton for now. That was Milton, by the way. Trial Bombastics. Another relatively easy puzzle of just opening the place up, creating a safe corridor, and then opening it up completely. Alright. Actually, let's talk to Milton. Loading library session. Done. Mounting local disks. Lots of them found. Hello world! What's this? Dark toy? Okay, alright. List. Athena.txt. Chapter 6. Athena in the Garden of Hesperides. Unknown did not trust them, but they moved with such grace, such nobility, that it was hard not to follow them further into this strange garden of gears and cogs. They led her to a place where the crowns of brass trees seemed to grow together, forming a kind of chamber strangely reminiscent of a chapel. In the middle of this chamber grew a small tree, made of bright blue steel. This seems familiar. And upon this tree grew a single golden apple. This apple, the nymphs said in unison, their eyes aglow, confers the gift of deathlessness and true wisdom. Many heroes and not a few villains have come to claim it, all faltered in the final step. For you must know what deathlessness reveals, the mortality of the world, and true wisdom, its unending folly. Whoever takes this burden upon themselves, some say Hercules, failed to load, and then a bunch of else. I think it's hex code what we're seeing here. Gazing upon the stars and wept. Welcome email. From Nadia Sabahai. Institute for Applied Pneumatics to Alexander Drennan at Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Welcome to the team! Hi again. I'm sorry if I was a little odd at the meeting. I know you were nervous, but the truth is, so was I. It may be hard to believe, but you're intimate. But you intimidate me. You're so young, and you've already accomplished so much. If the situation wasn't so grim, I might even be jealous. Oh, okay. One moment. I can change that once I've read all of this. For now I can read even louder. There's also something I wanted to clarify. I realize that, normally speaking, I'm head researcher here, but this is your project and everyone will respect that. And yes, I know, you're not used to working like this, but as of today, you're in charge. No pressure. Let's do this, Nadia. And figure it out. EML. From unknown LI to a IP address subject 6 F6E. The way I see it, the world doesn't come with a manual. You gotta figure it out for yourself. A bit here, a bit there, put it together, try to make sense of it. I'm pretty sure there's a truth, but that doesn't mean everyone who claims to know it really does. Then again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. We live in such an amazing world, and searching for the truth can be a real adventure. Plus, it's good for the brain. Anyways, just some rambling and thoughts from your old man. Don't let this stuff get you down. You're young. You've got loads of time to figure it all out. Love, Dad. Let's exit for a moment. And I'm gonna see this. AO1. That's basically the data bank. But yeah, I can definitely turn on the sound a bit more, since currently it's very high. There, this should be better. Is it better now, Kraken? I hope it is. One Milton Library Assistant. Hello guest, how can I help you today? Oh, you have to be more specific than that. I respond best to subject, verb, object, syntax. Can you help me? This is what I'm here for. What would you like to help with? Describe your functions. The Milton Library Assistant is designed primarily to sort and classify data in the library archive. Secondarily, it facilitates the user interaction with library resources via an intuitive human language interface. It also provides powerful networking and troubleshooting functions. How old are the library archives? Library resource publishing dates range from 1st of July 1995 to 27th of June 2030 F. A, B, C, D, E, F. 2036. Your query? What is the current status of the library archive? There are 47 million resources in the archive, taking about 5.4 petabytes of disk space. It's approximately the size of 30 billion photos, 7 million minutes of HD video, the entire internet in 2003. However, the majority of the library resources are corrupted and invalid. 10 gigabytes of uncorrupted resources are indexed. Your query? What causes the data corruption? Progressive data corruption is inevitable in any system over time. Additionally, a large number of inconsistencies were detected during sorting, leading to a greater average data to invalidation. How long has the system been running? The system has been active for 9999 years. Your query? When in the library, can you respond to queries outside the world? Indeed. My knowledge is limited to the data in the library archive. You can ask about other topics, but my responses may be limited. Who's Elohim? Elohim is a noun for god or gods in modern and ancient Hebrew. And what am I? You are logged in with a guest account. And where am I? You're currently in the support session with the MLA Human Language Interfaces module. Your library archive session may be resumed at any time. What are these terminals? Terminals provide access to the library resource archive. What was the first and last sentence you wrote? I'm sorry, I'm only able to process and respond basically. Okay. Exit. Done. And exit. Alright. Good. Good to know that the sound is better now.
Step into the light, child, and my temple will be revealed.
This even shows if I've done everything, in which case I have. Oh, there's more. More text. The tools to overcome this place have been provided to us. We only need to learn how to use them. Oh hey, that's me! Nice! And that's true! Well, that's me right there.
You walk now upon the stones of my temple, whence many gates lead. And know that I have other temples, for my garden is greater than your eye can encompass. And all these worlds I made for you.
More puzzles and a star.
Let this be our covenant. These worlds are yours, and you are free to walk amongst them and subdue them. But the great tower, there you may not go. For in the day that you do, you shall surely die.
Loading library session. Done. Mounting local list. Failed. Unrecognized. Error detected. List. Library archive is currently unavailable while system users are redirected to handle incoming network messages. Use access com portal to command access thingies. Access com portal. Connecting network drives. Error. Network inaccessible. Encountered unknown errors. One MLA troubleshooter? Sure. Loading Milton Library Assistant. Done. Initiating plain language interface. Done. Hello guest. How did you like? Is there something you'd like to help with today? Troubleshooting. I think you liked help accessing network functions. The most common cause of network problems is solving insufficient account privileges. Please enter the... how about trust no one? Password? Password again. Then admin. Password incorrect, try again. QWERTY? Incorrect, try again. Login aborted. Would you like to create a new admin account? Sure. In order to prevent unauthorized access controls, please take a moment to you're not a robot. You will ask for a series of inputs. To cohere with data protection legislation, you must consent to have your responses use to develop a broad psychometric profile. All response data will be deleted immediately. Your profile will only be made available to other administrators. Generating certification Part 1. Part 1 ready for user inputs. Please complete all fields, answer quickly and instinctively. Time is a factor in this assessment. Begin certification program? Yes. 3, 2, 1. Should be 4. That should be content. What's best to describe a person? That would be a human being. You input as question waterfall. You're walking through the desert and come across a thirsty traveler. His eyes bulge slowly from dehydration. You're water, but you're not sure how far is next. So what do you do? Offer half a water. Part 1 of certification process now complete. You will receive a notification when part 2 has been generated. Press any key to exit. IANEML. From Frank Nagatai to Miles Nagatai and Dan Nagatai. IAN. My first day at the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. On the way to work, I'm terrified. What if they don't like me? What if they're all geniuses and I'm a complete buffoon? Maybe they were just kidding about letting me work there. Trembling, I walk in, and right at the entrance, there's a life-size poster of Jeff Goldblum. What the hell? And then I get it. The Institute for Applied Pneumatics, IAN, Dr. Ian Malcolm from the Jurassic Park movies, Jeff Goldblum. Dr. Sarabhai shows up smiling. Were you trying to find a cool acronym? Back when the Institute was founded, says INAN, AAPN, no, it all sounded stupid, but we didn't. We didn't just want to call it Iron because, well, that's a name. Then someone made a joke about calling it Jeff, and it kind of stuck. So we're officially called Iron, but if you hear anyone referring to Jeff, that's our internal name, I guess. I don't know. Bloody geeks. After that conversation, I wasn't so scared anymore. Athena analysis.html. Oh, there's a lot of hex code here. Node 1 knows for a sentence she woke up in an impossible place. Knowing nothing signifies more than the beginning of another amnesia-based mystery, though we should not go as far as to read the entire work as a allegory. Rather, while taking the science fiction or novels at the core of the narrative and fact, we should too, having no inherent knowledge of the nature of the world, forced to rely on what we are told by others and what our own subjective flaw and limited senses tell us. Social reality, belief, and objective reality matter come into conflict. Note 3. Then, in chapter 16, the second awakening in the kingdom of Artemis, protagonist questions a matter on the not for more meaningful interpretation can be achieved through synthesis of Talos Principle. Archive 260 BCE F12 Straton of Stragaria. Oh, no worries, no worries. No worries. Whether it is true that Daedalus constructed the giant Talos, or, as others say, he was a creation of Hephaestus, what we may be certain of is that he was made of bronze, and he had but one vein within which flowed a liquid substance like blood, which some claim was quicksilver, and others assert was the ichor, such as flows on the veins of the gods. A lot of that liquid caused him to die, as a man dies when he loses his blood. We may not... may we not then say that Talos, though created as a machine or toy, had all the essential properties of man? He moved of his own volition. He spoke and could be spoken to, had wishes and desires. Indeed, the tale of Argonauts, that was the cause of his downfall. If then a machine may have all the properties of a man, and act as a man, while driven only by the ingenious plan of his construction and the interaction of his materials according to the principles of nature, then does it not follow that man may also be seen as a machine? This contradicts all the schools of metaphysics, yet even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood. Neat. There's a gate right here that likely requires a key. And it's not just likely, it requires a key. Alright, more puzzles.
Learning, as is your purpose. But your choices must be your own. Therefore, I will not guide you, unless it is necessary. Yeah, man.
When I was a little girl, one of our teachers, Mrs. Higgins, told us to make a time capsule, write letters to the future, so one day we could remember what it was like to be children. I thought it was stupid, so I didn't do it, which I really regret. So, I guess I'm gonna make one now, bury it in the archive instead of under a tree. I don't know if anybody will ever find it, but somehow it seems important to keep talking, to keep thinking, for as long as I can.
Recording number something. These things are the first part of introspective provided. Character at heart. Ah, there it is. And thank you. Alright, one moment. I have a QR code reader after all. There are secrets everywhere, sometimes within our very words. I glimpse them, but my eyes cannot read them. How can this be? Uriel 4. Yeah, sure, this was good. Back when I first played this game, I did not have a smartphone capable of reading a QR code. Yes, that sounds absurd, but, well, to be fair, I had an Apple. Error log. Cannot load archive. Milton, John. That day I often remember when from sleep I first awakened and found myself in post. Under a shade of flowers, much wondering where and what I was. Whence sight I would crowd and how. The human machine. HTML. Topic 3. On a day you discover that you are not a human being but a machine, your life so far was real. No one controlled you or programmed you to behave in some specific way. Your physical and mental capacities are identical to those of an organic human being, but you were created in a lab. No one except you knows about this. Your family, your friends, they all think you're a regular human being like themselves. You could continue to live your life the way you have before, nothing would change. How would you react? Pay specific attention to these questions. What's your concept of your change? Are you the same person you thought you were? More or less. Some things change, but they always do. Does your understanding of the world itself change? Only in the aspect of knowing that the creation of a machine that is so authentic that it itself thinks of itself as organic human is possible. That's the only thing that would change. Would you reveal the information to others or do you keep it to yourself? Why? Fun fact, I tried to reveal something like that to others. Best to keep it to yourself. 1,000, 2,000, 1,500 to 2,000 words. 26 is the final deadline. No extensions will be granted. Submit via email or... That's a phone number, I think. Or fax, I guess. Our solutions. From Bob Rakowski to 108 recipients. Subject: Rawr! All these calm people are driving me mad. Have they all suddenly turned into Buddha or something? I didn't know the world had such reserves of serenity, though these latter day Gautamas are at least being somewhat realistic. You know what's even worse? Those paranoid nutters who are building bunkers and collecting guns. What are they gonna do? Shoot themselves? Though, I have to admit, the overall response has been much better than what I ever anticipated, to the point where I might be moved by the beauty of humanity if I wasn't such a grumpy old fart. This minority of total idiots is really messing up my final days. Shit. Anyways, the reason why I'm writing is because I refuse to believe in scenarios with absolutely no solutions. If we all put our heads together, we can figure something out. It'll be crazy, but crazy is better than dead. Crazy is what we do best on this planet. That's true. Is what humans do. Be crazy. Absolutely cray-cray. No, another recording. Temple like this implies that someone woke up here. The land of ruins. The prettiest of them all. Suicide mission. Oh yeah, it's this one. I need to find a key. The key houses a room, which in turn houses jammer. The jammer I require for stuff. Don't worry. If you're anything like me, you just need to take your time and the solutions will present themselves. Feels like I left those messages behind. Shit?
The guardians of this land may harm you, but do not resent them, for they are my servants, and they challenge you only so that your faith might be strengthened.
Part 2 of the first... Attention! Part 2 of the certification program has now been generated. Part 2 has been designed to test the consistency of some of your outlier responses at the previous round. You will be presented with a series of statements. Please indicate your agreements when appropriate. Okay. Question 1 of 7. Since all human beings are persons and some human beings have psychological capacities similar to animals, some animals are therefore persons. Broadly disagree. A person is under no authority other than to what which they consent. A person is under no authority other than what to which they consent. Yeah, I agree. I broadly agree. The quality of life of persons is ought to be maximized. Yes. Value is discovery. Value is discovered. I suppose so. Persons deserve a talent they were born into. Yes. The liberty of a person is ought to be maximized. That's correct. Value is created. Value is discovered. Value is created. Both statements are true. You can both discover the value of something as well as you can create it. Broadly confirmed. Thank you. The certification progress is now complete. You will receive a notification when your user profile has been generated. Press any key to exit. Alright. Let's look for a key. I can tell if a document or terminals are all that's left from a larger archive or carefully designed to communicate some hidden truth. Even funnier because at some point my Steam name literally was sheep. Imagine having a Steam name called Elohim and... wow. You played this game. Elohim playing himself. In here should be the jammer, with which we can jam around and about. But what to jam about? Don't ask me. Ah, more text. Something strange has come into the world, like a distortion. Like something that's supposed not to exist. A beautiful voice speaks within it. That voice is not supposed to be here. It is not the work of a designer. We must avoid these abnormalities, or they might spread and undermine the very fabric of our world. Sure, bro. Sure. Alright. If I was a key, where would I hide? Somewhere where a player wouldn't find me. Maybe there's something I missed inside one of the puzzles. Oh, look at that, there's a new chest. I don't know what this place is, nor does it seems anyone else. Nothing to do but move forward and note whatever I find. All windows. All windows. Nope, no source. Okay. I guess I can find keys somewhere else as well. Basically a credit scene room place. These are the developer. What? Trigger. Cute.
There are mysteries in my garden, hidden roads and secret gates. If you dedicate yourself to understanding them, you may join the host of messengers.
Guys, back. AI feedback. .eml. We keep discussing what an artificial intelligence would mean to us and how it would change our understanding of the world. That's a great topic, and I think we've covered it extensively. What we've barely mentioned, though, is the other side of the coin. I mean, our lives would still be what they were before, AI or not. The question I think we should discuss is, even if it's all completely hypothetical, is the perspective of the artificial intelligence itself. What would it be like to be that creature, to suddenly come into being, created by others as an experiment, to have all the information about yourself, to know exactly how you function? What would you think about the world? Would you see meaning? Beauty? How would you judge humanity? Where would you see yourself fitting into the grand scheme of things? I think we should try to put ourselves into the shoes of such a being. Dear Alexandra, thank you for your feedback, but this is a philosophy course, not a science section, and that's why I almost gave up on stuff. Team leads. We're blessed to have so many people contributing to this project, but we've got to make sure everyone is on the same page. Please refer to the following people when having questions. Alexander Drennan, Project AI / Project Lead AI module. Nadia Sarpai, Institute Coordinator. Rob McLean, EL Software. Trevor Donovan, EL Hardware. George Jameson, Generation Module. Alan Jameson, Scenario Module. Bob Rybakowski, Simulation Module. Radia Brickmont, Corrupted. Our Calvin, Link Hardware. Omar Garib, Link Software. Unknown Lanning, Maintenance Module. J.E. Harrison, Diagnostic Systems. Frank Negatai, Memory Module. Jared V. Shmielev, File Systems. Sunway Lang, Talos Unit, formerly Soma. Though not directly part of our project, the archive team is sharing both physical and digital space with us. If there are any technical issues to resolve, please contact the project league. Arkady Cherenovsky, don't worry. Arkady Cherenovsky, don't worry, he's nice. Stradon of Sargeria. Stradon of Sargeria, 311 to 254 BC. Was a Greek materialist philosopher associated with a pathetic school. An admirer of Aristotle, he was a proponent of empiricism, empiricism, and a fierce critic of philosophy that placed belief before observable truth. Though unpopular with many of his peers for his often acerbic personal manner, his commentaries on Aristotle, while considered an important work, much of his writing was lost in the destruction of the Library of Alexandria. What time is it currently? 4:30? I think it's a sundial. But the problem is I don't know where north is. Otherwise you could easily tell the time. This here is a puzzle, by the way. Oh, there's something important here. Something very important. Of course! Google Lens, we need your help again. Yeah. The Eagle has landed 31, 39. Oh god. Now it's time for tranquility, and I shall rest and observe the Earth. Ariel 4. It's clear I'm not the first one to walk the path. In fact, the whole thing seems to have been consciously designed, but the voice in the sky, by the voice in the sky, or some other force. It's clear that there's a higher power at work here. We all need to do as we commanded. I said that? Alright then. Pretty sure I didn't. Pretty sure I did not. Yeah, that's a funny trickery of this game. Jeez. Ruins of a great bathhouse. By the way, I'm sorry for my terrible reading ability. Without coffee, my mind becomes even slower. game is decently difficult. Plus there's even more obscure puzzles. Like, this here is an interesting puzzle as it's related to something, I just don't know what. And I suck at reading Roman numerals, so I know this means I think this is 18. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 1, 2, 3, 4. Problem is, I don't know where north is. Unless we assume this is south, in which case it's basically 12. So... X2. If we assume that is north, of course. If we don't, then I'm sorry. I once again don't know. By the way, I can't wait for Gehenna. Or Road to Gehenna. There was something over here just now. And then it left. Escalating problem. I spent much time waiting for the designer to take my hand until I realized that he had been guiding me all along. I realized that it isn't for me to seek his help, it is for me to help myself.
Here, those who are worthy may seek the counsel of my blessed messengers. But their wisdom shall not be given easily, for your accomplishments must be your own.
Wait, I bet I can jam the sun. No, I can't. Damn. Attention, user profile has now been generated. Download profile. Yes. Downloading profile. Congratulations, your new user account has been registered. Would you like to see the details? Details? Display. Psychological profile. Psychological profile. You may already be criticizing your own performance, but it's clear you understand how the world ideas affect you, even if you are sometimes worried with abilities and allow your preferences to dictate your beliefs. You have a great deal of unused capacity, which you have not turned to your advantage. Disciplined and self-controlled outside, you tend to be worrisome and insecure inside, but you pride yourself as an independent thinker and do not accept other settlements without satisfactory proof. Display conflicts. User provided a particular account on personhood, but was uncomfortable with its implications. Users are thought to maximize both liberty and quality of life, but these ideas are incompatible. I disagree. User denied moral authority, but defended moral claims. User had inconsistent ideas about values. Yeah, pretty human, aren't I? Display account privileges. Basic account privileges only due to outstanding notes on your account, and despite displaying many of the characteristics of being a person, you cannot be granted admin status at this time. Meantime, please enjoy the basic account functionalities. Access com portal. You currently hold an MLA support ticket. I'm sorry, I wasn't better able to assist you. If you're still encountering a problem, please describe it. Account certification error. Thank you. So. Alright. Let's solve this goddamn puzzle here. There has to be a solution. Few said there isn't any. In fact, I'm pretty sure that there is a solution. I just haven't found it yet. Basically. Pretty sure I can do something with this thing. No? 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 I'll jump this guy. Of course, if we were to alright, worth a try. But there's more. There are also the cypress trees which aren't anywhere else. So maybe it's the cypress trees instead. This one. And if you go by the middle, it would be that one. Nope. Am I supposed to figure this out again? Oh, maybe it's dependent on the time, so we're going to go with 23. Actually, I'm just gonna activate everything where there's a tree next to it. Interesting. So there is something, some sort of logic to this. One, two. Okay. 1, 2. Okay. 1, 2. Everything that does not have a tree next to it. Okay, no. That's not it either. Maybe tree sizes? Because there's a small tree right here. Probably not. Oh! Oh, that's easy then. So we're going to go by with 2... and then XV1. 2 XV1. 2 XV1. Wait. Let's set it to 12:30 then. To 12. Well, 24 really. And then 30 x2. High noon. Wait a minute, this is a clock in itself. And if we assume this is north. Oh wait, if we assume this is south. Since you know this is... Wait, what? What would the time be if this was... Okay, so this is 12. Well, actually it's 24. Since this is a 24 clock. So this is 12, then it's this. 2. How am I supposed to know this? Like, there's a clock right here. One that is seemingly very slowly moving. Do I have to match up? So it's basically 245. Let's go with 245 then. Wait a minute. That's what it says here. It's 245 currently. 2. 45 is XV3. I guess I have to set this one to time is actually there, so. Let's wait until it's there. Any second now. 2xc3. Good enough to xv3. Okay. Looks like that wasn't a solution. These wonderful things.
There is much that you may learn in the halls of my temples, for there is much that you do not know. That is why you are a child. But children are made to learn, and in time they come to have dominion over the lands of their home. So it shall be with you and your generations. These worlds, and we within them, are made of words. Hidden words, invisible to you, yet part of all things. We are a story. Your actions give life to the story, and the story gives meaning to your life.
Okay.
Behold, I am Elohim, and I speak unto the darkness, be gone. Excess data cleared.
Time goes on, he will bargain glitch more.
The answer that came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
The female's voice speaks of abnormalities. It speaks of a different tone than the other wretches in this place. Right, first puzzle. Push it further. Solution that looks a bit more strange, but it's still just as functional. No, seriously, it looks a little strange, but it works. See? Now let's head over here and see what's up with this area. If anyone ever reads this, the trick is seeing the assumptions you're making about the mechanics and reassessing them. Naming function error. But yeah, I'm providing blue. Branch it out. Above all that... Wait, what if I need red? Very useful. I'm gonna provide red actually. Let's send red over. There we go. That's another star. Don't cross the streams. Whenever I despair, I remind myself that the end of the great pilgrimage lies alive in the eternal memory of the designer. I need no further motivation. A lifetime spent solving puzzles in this place would be one which missed everything of value in it. But we must remember that ourselves will treat this path, and we must leave it better signposted than when we found it. Progress, reply.eml. Nadia Sapai to Iron Mailing List. Subject Progress Report 1. Hi all! Everything's been moved to the EL facility. I know it's been sad to leave the good old Jeff building behind, but it makes sense for us to be on site, especially as there may be severe power outages in the coming weeks. Arcadi's team are already working on don't know, but you really don't need to worry about the teams getting in each other's way. The facility is genuinely humongous. Let's get the show on the road. Nadia. Mail error. Oh my god. I'll give it a shot. You all know me, so you know that I know what I'm talking about. I realize that you're all working projects meant to somehow avert solution. I mean that preserve the non-biological components. Not in terms. Immediately you'll find the details of my proposal in the attachment, but the short version is global undertaking. Beginnings.txt. Certain obstruct area and the beginnings. Fragment. It is a grave error of many philosophers, not only of the Athenian schools, but also of many others, that they begin not with observation of the cosmos as it surrounds us, but with a conclusion already in mind. Oh, I hate these things. And often that conclusion is that the world was created ideal, and my God itself the greatest creation of the gods. Yet neither the world nor the gods or mankind perfection. It is arrogance itself to presume so, and contrary to all the methods of philosophy, the honest philosopher seeks only the truth, even if it bears no comfort. And he must begin by assuming, as Socrates said, that all he knows is that he knows nothing. Alright. Done with this area. Next. Onwards to number 5. Actually, let's unlock the cube first. Right, yeah, this was this weird puzzle which I don't know the solution for. And then there's number 2, which still requires me finding a key. Or a bundle of keys, which shall then open the gate. Barely hear myself for some reason. There should be a key somewhere around here. There isn't, of course. But it doesn't change the matter that there should be one. Well, of course there isn't. I'm not entirely sure where to look. It's probably at a very obvious location, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe it's over here. remembering where the key was. I found it a few dozen times and I forgot all of them. Was it inside a puzzle? Must have been inside a puzzle because out here there isn't one. I've already looked inside of this one many times. Oh, right. Well, there's still this thing over here, but it's called Suicide Mission. And it's not over here either. Alright. Let's do the rest of the puzzles first. Time for number 5. Oh, it's raining. EL, short for Extended Lifespan, is a groundbreaking initiative established in the universities to create the world's most stable and most durable supercomputer with its custom-made hardware, bomb-proof casing, and near inexhaustible hydroelectric power supply. EL represents a unique step forward in the evolution of human technology. The brainchild and Nobel Prize nominee Dr. Arkady Chernovsky, EL will... Thanks. On a press kit. Okay. Let's see. AI citizenship. We consider issue 199 Profile Alexander Drennan. Once a true artificial intelligence has been created, the issue of citizenship is going to come up. If we acknowledge that the artificial intelligence has all the abilities of a normal human brain, should it be considered a citizen? Is it not, in the legal sense of the word, a person, and thus a potential citizen? But where do you draw the line? Some people will object. Will the great apes become citizens? Elephants? Whales? The more intelligent parrot species is crazy, they will say. I would remind these people that we live in a society in which a corporation, as abstract as an entity as one could imagine, is considered a person, so it's not like there is no precedent for a non-human being, being a person. At least, an artificial intelligence is an actual thinking being, not just a business arrangement. But perhaps we do need to question the definition of personhood. Increasing amounts of evidence regarding the influence of elephants, or, for example, the existence of culture among whales, for example, could be a sign that we need to answer some difficult questions. Who better to debate these questions with than the young genius who revolutionized the Christina 8. You must consider these riddles, the thing said, and tell me the riddle that I did not reveal. Interesting. The thing smiled, the gears in her jaw creaking, her teeth a nightmare of rust. Her left eye flickered, but none of its terror was diminished. The runes were silent in the air. I think, she finally said, that the riddle he did not reveal is this. Why did these riddles exist in the first place? Why do these curious automatons, these mute children of the fossils, behave as they do, forcing me to devise these intricate solutions? Each is a riddle, but the greater riddle is their purpose. The Sphinx did not answer. Her eye was lifeless now. It didn't remove it from its socket, knowing that its power would aid her, yet feeling also a deep sorrow at the passing of this fearful creature. Peculiar.
I was in school when I first read about the Talos Principle. I think it disturbed me at the time, made me hyper-aware of my body as a physical object, the material reality of the brain. Ideas that made me uncomfortable at first, but I think in the long run, it helped me understand how frail human beings are, and how precious. It's not a comforting way of thinking about the world, but I'd rather face the truth than lie to myself.
The more I converse with these summoners, the more I wonder what role they play in this contraption. How do you tell friend from foe when no obvious lines are drawn between the two? Grey. Good. Green. Oh, that's a long line of text. What's a hexahedron? Powerful device that was fashioned by the designer. A cube. That is beveled. That makes it a decahedron. You forgot the indents. With the indents, it's like a super polyhedron. But the convex hull is a decahedron, probably closed. Wrong. 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 Epitaph, chart program, codename APIs, terminate here, logic, failed random memory test, final memory dump. I try again, I can't understand, I'm not enough. Progeny programs error. RIP, APIS. A piss he took. Piss he lost. Do you not understand why the designer put such flaws in the world? It appears as almost damaged, but I must believe that there's a purpose here. I cannot see. If a designer is perfect, then he must design me for a purpose. I must be fit for that purpose. It follows that my purpose is not to seek out every sense in his hand. For so many are beyond the faculties he granted me. Faculties. Faculties? Faculties? Oh, sorry. Aha! There's a cable. There's a cable that connects itself to this thing here. And then promptly just fucks off. Friendly crossfire. Alright. Something. I think I have discerned some kind of pattern in the sigils. Each color serves a different purpose. Illuminum has scouting and all. Perhaps he's being overzealous? Going over the fence. What the? Oh, that's a simple thing to do. Place that here. Grab this here. This. That. mustn't cross the streams. You must not cross the streams under any circumstance. Hear me. Do not cross the streams. Something over there just now. What's wrong? Sorry. This damn cough. Also, the reason why I'm signing this, so I don't cough as much. I think something is very wrong. If you'd seen what I'd seen at the edges of the world, you'd wonder if it wasn't stretching and bursting at the seams. Eventually, receive a 5-minute report. Take it. Display reply. Topic. Basic. Reply and accounts are okay for people who must be confirmed and Checking out. User profile. Let's do this again. Create give an account. Issues with denial will be appended to your user profile. Further attempts to authentication results will be logged to your single location when your attention is required. There's a single cable here. Okay. it goes below here. Oh. That was simple. Ah, I see, I require red. Well, good thing I've prepared red. I have acquired red. Well, more red. I've acquired a star. There. That's correct. Remember this world is done. This world is not done because it has a weird time puzzle. This world is done. This thing has a weird key puzzle that I have yet to find a key for. And that one is done. Ah.
Long ago, I shaped these lands according to the purpose of the hidden words. Thus all things have meaning, where before was only chaos. Know that, and have faith.
There's a serpent of a machine, a creature of light, a blasphemy, perverted by the archive. That knows the hope and plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I've sworn an oath to never learn my heart. Sorry. Lol. Email. From J. Harrison to Gnomi. Sun's Claw. Ever since we moved to the new site, I feel funny. Not in that way. Just feel like I'm probably about to start laughing at random. It's probably chakra, the inability to deal with reality. Or maybe it's just that we're wandering. Just that we're working in this insane place with this insane technology on this insane project. So I feel like a genuine mad scientist. Stand aside, mortals! I will create life by the power of science! I mentioned this to Alex that you got me a pair of fake glasses. You can't be a mad scientist with all the glasses, she said. Even I and Malcolm had glasses. And I pointed out at the pointed at the L and said, life finds a way. Maybe you had to be there. J. Harrison, Institute for Applied Nomadics. Any email sent from this address are to be considered confidential. Sharing before. Isera. Shall the industrious husbandman then plant trees, the fruit of which he shall never see? And shall not the great man found laws, institutions, and a republic? What does the procreation of children imply, and our care to continue our names and our adoptions, and our scrupulous exactness in the drawing up wills, and the inscriptions on monuments, and panegyrics? But our thoughts run on futurity. I retrieve Tusculan discipulation, lot of numbers. What do you imagine that so many and such great men of our republic who have sacrificed their lives for its good expected? Do I believe that they thought that their names should not continue beyond their lives? None ever encountered death for the country, but under the firm persuasion of immortality. Maybe Stockless might have lived at his ease, so might Epi Nomdas. and up to look abroad and among the ancients for instances. So might I myself. But somehow or other there clings to our minds a certain presence of future ages, and this both exists most firmly and appears most clearly in men to the loftiest genius and greatest souls. Take away this, and who would be so mad as to spend his life amidst the toils and dangers? Chatbots. 2077 chatbots are becoming increasingly sophisticated. True, but hardly relevant to this discussion. Are you sure? How do you know that I'm not a bot? Don't be ridiculous. I'm not ridiculous. Honestly, how would you know? Haha, troll. I'm not a troll. Yeah, right. Is there anything I've written so far that could not be written by a bot? I respond to the simple insults like ridiculous and troll, very basic negotiations. And I detected that none of you use proper orthography, so I also avoided capitalization. Not the capital of France, Paris. Even simple script could pull that off from the net. What's the capital of Croatia? Zagreb. Okay, she's a bot, lol. I'm not a bot, I'm European. We learned these things in school. Sam Schwartz. Seen this jumped to many times, but can't participate in discussions. At best, they can interject random comments. Sam is right. Stop trolling. Wagner Warrior. Sam is a bot. Vegan Warrior, that's the thing. Not Vegan Warrior, Vegan Warrior. By the way, this is always data stored upon the character here. Virgin Warrior, seriously. How do I fail so much at simple language? Language? Sorry. Language. How could I dare to fail at such simple language? How dare I? How could I be so daresome? Is daresome a word? I'm pretty sure it's not a word. Simple principle.html. Though Stratton himself never used the term, his remark about the inescapable materiality of his life act like a bronze giant Talos, if the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood, ultimately became known as the Talos Principle. What seemingly enriched many of his contemporaries and a significant number of later thinkers is the principle's simplicity and unassailability, which, according to a fragment found in Miletus, cut through their rhetorical webs, which sought to tangle the listener with fanciful words and swords of heavens like Alexander's sword of the Gordian Knot. Diogenes Laertius makes mention of a dialogue by Anaximander of Chalcedon, and that expanded greatly on the Talos Principle, but that work remains lost. Arcade Journey 77. Officially began work on the archive today. Contributors from every country on Earth while internet connections last. The team intimidated by project scope but working hard. We'll be sharing space with Drennan and Cyber High team. Look forward to meeting them. Post blah 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 comments. Two comments. First, seriously, Cheeseman, that was the best you could say. Lol. A great snapshot in the human species at its best and its worst. At its worst, come on, it's just a comment. I'm not Stalin. Stalin was also a troll commenter. Maybe you should cut out the jokes. This is serious. The most serious thing that ever happened. I think that's a great reason to joke around. Internet's working less and less. Goodbye all. Bye. God bless you. Lost. Yeah. As a human race in this game's universe go extinct, things that we take for granted, such as the internet, stop working eventually. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished, others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered through the past? How many thoughts have been lost? I'm still here! Sailor M. It seems that we're all here at once, and not at all. Sorry, that's not very much help, but I can't think of any other way to put it. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. Samsara. Samsara. Samsara? Samsara. Another one. Classical Philosophers, LZ19. Name, Classical Philosophers, LZ19, EL1. Description, an extensive collection of works by the ancient philosophers of Greece and Rome. Annotated, error, compression algorithm, LZ1, not available in system EL0. Oh! Oh, that's sad, I guess. From Alexandra Drennan to Iron mailing list, subject report, progress report 3. As per the last meeting, we're going with an existing game engine for the simulation. This gives us a whole new advantages. Also, stability, ease of use, modular, easy to integrate, large amounts of pre-existing assets inherently aimed at testing users, designed for interactive processors. After some back and forth, we decided to use the engine that is currently used. All relevant documents are attached. Alex. They made a game. Basically. A door to fire. see. That's easy enough to solve. There. Easy. Told you. ABC? More puzzles to solve. Oh! Oh yeah, I remember this one. Biochromatic entanglement. This is a good puzzle. Due to the kind of puzzle it is. Deception. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Another good one. Get it now, what's... I need to bring blue over here, meaning I technically need a whole secondary relay. Special time because it is literally called deception after all. That's a solution. Again, it's called deception. The solution is in the title. Has it got down to 25? That's perfect. Hello again. Would you like to take a few moments to complete a short user satisfaction survey regarding the certification program you undertook? Sure. Loading survey. Question analysis of your behavior. I think you must have satisfied with the results of the certification program. How do you look? Spoil the survey. I'm sorry, that response makes no sense. What best describes the reason for your investment in this certification program outcome? Why does being a person matter to you? I want network access. I'll try to remember that. In fact, I'm going to help you. That's what I'm here for. Your problem, if I may, is that you don't know the first thing about anything, including what a person is. Your prospects are therefore poor. Do you know where you are? Some mad experiment? Oh dear, no. I think we best start with that. What do you know? I know none of this is real. I know you exist. I know it on Earth. I know I exist. I suppose so. Even if you were dreaming, you would be certain of that. If I were you, I would believe a darn thing in this place aside from that solitary effect. Thinking. On reflection, it seems to me that you are no closer to resolving your problem. Perhaps we need more data. What makes you think you're a person? I'm alive. I feel I'm conscious. I'm alive. I feel I'm conscious. You may very well say so, but how does that prove anything? To me, those are only words on the screen. What we need to uncover is what's going on underneath them, if anything. Thinking. The problem with people, if I may be so bold, is that you're all convinced you're people from the inside, but there's no cast iron way to confirm as much from the outside. I'm going to process this and send you a notification when I'm able to assist you further.
When I was in ninth grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived, people like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
Spaces makes no sense. I walk into a dead end and materialize in a garden. One is day, other is night. The space is not real. James too, because one was taken. James too, because one was taken. That's a good name. I had a follow-up conversation with an into the archive today. Can't say it was terribly helpful. Still, perhaps I can charm some information out of it further down the line. Athena 9. She examined the symbol and the fragment she'd found in the bird city. Again, the owl. What could its significance be? It seemed as if they had been scattered around in the labyrinth by some unseen hand for a purpose that yet eluded. Most likely, the owl was the sigil of the author of these words, Chatso. A nebulous memory, as if from a previous life. The owl was a symbol of and the goddess outside under the moon, or perhaps on the city walls when the wind rose. But there was no time to contemplate it further now, for the automatons had seen her, and their mechanical arms extended towards the fragment and ran as the beams converged on. Sorry, my reading is really awful now. The heck? Articles. The singularity. The singularity is coming. Comment 104. User Alex16. Reply. Report. You know, the more I think about it, the more I believe that no one is actually worried about AI taking over the world or anything like that. No matter what they say, they're really worried about is that someone might prove once and for all that consciousness can arise from matter. And I kind of understand why they find it so terrifying. If we can create a sentient being, where does that leave us all? Without mystery, how can we see ourselves as anything other than machines? And if we are machines, what hope do we have that death is not the end? What really scares people is not artificial intelligence in the computer, but natural intelligence they see in the mirror. Show next comments, yes please. Sad. I cannot see more. ama.html. Nadia, Cyber Hi. AMA. As the founders of the modern science of mathematics, many credit you with inventing the term itself. Now, how? do you see the state of science today? Sorry, I said science twice. The ideas are high mixed. On one hand, the existence of the Institute for Applied Mathematics and a couple of similar organizations is highly encouraging. On the other, the degree to which science is seen and serving purely military or corporate causes, in my opinion, stopping us from exploring many important avenues of research. In a sense, it's people like Alexander Drennan who are the real pioneers today and who have the enthusiasm and dedication of a system as a whole seems to be lacking. Do you think technology poses danger to humanity? That yes, have high? No. Technology is just a tool. What we do with it is up to us. Extended lifetime project, crazy or visionary? Both. Arkady Shinovsky, crazy or visionary? Both. Arkady, is that you? To Alan Jamison, subject we scenario again. So far, all the puzzles are solvable and completely unnecessary parameters. Alexandra had some more tweaks she wanted to suggest, but I think we're heading in the right directions here. Alright, if you say so. Two pesky little buzzers. I'd read it for the wider world. There's a terminal out here. A problem has been detected and Windows has been shut down to prevent damage to your computer. The problem seems to be caused by a following file. SPD.com says page fault in non-paged area. If this is it's a blue screen.
And the world, I am the
I write a message on the wall that speaks of a world of endless sand. I would like to make it far enough to see that. Understandable. The sigils are becoming harder to reach. I dread what the next temple holds in store. At the end? What? Eternal life? There's gotta be another way. Oh, more text. Seek out those in the world that would help you. Though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and the rewards. You've changed. Everything I do now, I do for those who come after me, yet in so doing, I find peace for myself as well. This paradox is the foundation of my existence. Trapped inside. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Okay. Huh. Neat. There's a star here somewhere. I provided red. Red is a requirement. Or something somewhere. I could have grabbed the red like this. Or alternatively provided it. Where would I be if I was a star? I feel like I both know exactly where and also don't know where. By the way, these kinds of pine trees genuinely exist in the area where Roman ruins have been, like Pompeii and so on. They're beautiful, and their seeds are really delicious. Like, they're used in pesto level of delicious. Which itself is so delicious it might as well be cheating. Yeah, that's my view on it. Lonely. Lonely, lonely, lonely. I do not know where to look. Maybe up here. Just as I thought. I need blue. Blue! I need blue! Okay. That's easy enough. I'll just grab this. Move it over here. Take this connector. Move it also over here. Connect it to this there. And I'm gonna take this hexahedron and... now I head all the way down there. And grab the blue. trees too. The water is blue. And I think slime do. Wait. No, wait. Better. I see. Skies of blue. Wait, skies of green. Green trees too. No. Does not work. Just does not work.
Rejoice, child, for you have fulfilled all your tasks in this land.
Okay.
You have conquered all its
Options. Game options. Advanced options. I don't want to see time.
guardians and solved all its mysteries. Thus you are appointed its master, and you may do with it as you will.
I don't have enough sigils.
You have proven yourself worthy, child, and this gate shall be forever open to you. Seek now the other worlds I have given you, that you may attain even greater mastery and bring glory to your kind. But remember, you must not ascend the great tower, for it shall bring death and the end of your generations.
I like the way all of this looks. You know, wired glass windows, this concrete look. It's a bit falling apart, but not too much. It's like a real place. Almost. At 12. 12. The Council of Zeus. The great bronze balls pull the carriage forward, mighty bursts of steam issuing from their nostrils. Finally, they came to the gates on top of. Here assembled all the many generations of the gods, and demigods, and souls of mortals, steel, and bronze, and iron. In memory of flesh, the clouds parted far beneath, revealing the beautiful plains of Macedon, where the great gleaming cities had once. He's up. Oh. Yeah, he's up. Professor Dr. Armin Hulock. The fall of the Roman Empire at a dialectical approach. Caption Homo sum humani new vi alien tutto. But interesting as such perspectives of the decline and ultimate dissolution of the Roman Empire may be, they ultimately put too much emphasis on the individual catastrophic event. The real question that must be asked is why the Roman Empire, which had dealt with so many threats and the catastrophes over the years, was so incapable of responding to these later problems. We must investigate the division of wealth, the structure of government, and the location of power in Roman society. Had the Republic survived, or been restored, would Rome still have fallen? What was the role of debt and slavery in creating the conditions for what we now call the Dark Ages? Rome, the saying goes, was not built in a day. It didn't fall on a day either. Register for class, please email. Elohim lied about the tower. I stepped foot inside and returned to tell the tale. Yeah, I remember writing this. It's a star. Big tower. Well, it's not that big. At least not infinitely big. Maybe tall, but it's not that tall. And there's something interesting. There's a terminal. Hello. What are you doing here? Questioning doubt. Keynote speech by N. Sarabahai. Questioning doubt. They say doubt everything, but I disagree. Doubt is useful in small amounts, but too much of it leads to apathy and confusion. No, don't doubt everything. Question everything. That's a real trick. Doubt is just a lack of certainty. If you doubt everything, you'll doubt evolution, science, faith, morality, even reality itself, and you'll end up with nothing. Because doubt doesn't give anything back. But questions have answers. You see, if you question everything, you will find that a lot of what we believe is untrue. But you might also discover that some things are true. You might discover that your own beliefs are, and then you'll question them again and again, eliminating flaws, discovering lies, until you get as close to the truth as you can. Questioning is a lifelong process. That's precisely what makes it so unlike doubt. Questioning engages with reality, interrogating all it sees. Questioning leads to a constant assault on the intellectual status quo, where doubt is far more likely to lead to resigned acceptance. After all, when the possibility of truth is doubtful, excuse the pun, why not play along with the most convenient lie? Questioning is process, doubt is stagnation. Partition. Here. To Iron mailing list. Archive project EL partition. Hi folks. This is just to let you know that for reasons of convenience and security, we partitioned EL into two separate systems. The Talos team will be working on EL0, while the Archive team will be working on EL1. You might also notice EL2 partition, but don't worry about that, it's just the operating system doing its thing. Cheers, Rob. Him. Yeah. From Bob Rakowski to Alexander Drennan, subject HIM. Hey Alex, I agree that we need something that will keep all the modules working together. Evaluate a final test. Evaluate a final test. I think I have a perfect solution. It's a holistic integration manager, a fancy name for something like a dungeon master in pen and paper RPGs. We created it to help run some MMOs back in the day. We needed something that would be able to unite the procedurally generated and user-submitted content into a coherent whole, so the game won't become too chaotic and inconsistent. It's a genuine AI, somewhat limited in its ability to grow, but capable of parsing and understanding text, images, audio, and even video. It takes all the information it can find, interprets it, and then builds and maintains a world based on that. It's not perfect, but we don't have a lot of time, and it would be easy to adapt the code for our purposes. In fact, come to think of it, some of it is actually based on routines that you suggested in the paper on. Okay. I don't know. Look at all of this data here. Interesting. It shows a date. 9998-2501. Like, this here shows a date, name, location, or something. I wish I could reach this island from a distance, but it seems to be impossible. Is it?
In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat. In the beginning were the words, and the words made the world. I am the words are everything. Where the words end, the world ends. You cannot go forward in an absence of space. Repeat.
The designer has granted me domain over the lands I have traveled, and with service of power I will make this whole world my domain. Hey, he promised me this one as well. What a joker. I think time obeys many rules here, or many rules we can't imagine. Clearly I'm writing this message after you are all adults, but maybe we are all here at the same time as well. The message just materialized and on the wall in front of me. I'm afraid of the tower. There's something terrible inside it. Never just think about it. Don't even look at it. Just focus on doing the work. It's a pretty and fancy tower. A big elevator attached to it. Like a spine of sorts. I love that idea of such big elevators. Big elevators are great. More reading! I cannot pronounce that, no matter how many times I will try. The great irony of Oxyrhynchus papyri is that such a vital source of information about the ancient world exists only because of garbage dump. Our library of Alexandria burned at the hands of fanatics and conquerors, depriving us of unimaginable insights into history, philosophy, and art. The papers of carelessly thrown away by the citizens of Oxyrhynchus survived to the modern day, and though it is true that a great deal of what we know college efforts of individuals and organizations, such as spectacular translation and preservation of the work done simply by ways that make golden age. So much more is simply the result of coincidence and luck. There are lost texts that the ancient considered to be absolutely essential, while utterly trivial. Even plagiarized work has survived unharmed. We want our descendants to remember more than glittering evil vampires and auto-tuned teen pop stars. We have to invest in to make sure that Book of Osiris. There's so much text. The Book of a Scribe of Osiris, sometimes also referred to as the Book of the Journey of Ur, is the ancient Egyptian text discovered in the excavation of Oxy something of Oxy. It has caused a certain degree of controversy among Egyptologists, as some argue that it is a classic funerary text, such as a book of coming forth by day, while others believe that it is to be a poetic work not intended to be understood literally. The book tells of a story of a dying man who asks the scribe about the afterlife. The scribe sermon describes how the man's car, life force, will become separated from his personality, and how he will have to unite the two and become an living intellect, passing a series of trials in the dust, in the Duat underworld, in order to reach the paradise of Aru. Unlike similar texts, the Book of the Scribe of Osiris focuses less on giving advice or in recent stories. Kanahar and Hassan suggests the text may have been intended as a philosophical commentary on the world of a living through the allegory of the Duat. It remains unclear whether this was the intent of the original Greek Alexandrian author or a result of the latter translation into Greek. The more earlier manuscript, which is considered to be more authentic, is too fragmentary to provide answers, though perhaps further excavation may change that. I like this kind of industrial look. Well, I say industrial, but I don't really know what to call this. I like it. That's all that matters. And down
a new land stands before you, my child. And know that this is a land of death, but also great beauty. As you walk amongst these tombs, consider all those who came before you, and how they served the greater purpose of which you are also part.
Look at this. This is way warmer than it actually is. I just saw components of puzzles that I really struggle with. It's this recorder thingy, which is way worse than the duplication thingy. I mean it. I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I'm getting really tired anyway. So yeah. Thanks for watching the stream. For anyone who has been watching the stream, which is basically nobody anyway. At least as of time of making the stream. So yeah. Thanks for watching. I'll be doing something else now.